Hey everybody, it's Natalina and I'm here in Natalina's kitchen, and as promised, it's all about the September harvest this month. I'm blogging, I'm videotaping about all the wonderful produce in my garden, and I'm going to tell you just what exactly an Italian mama does with this stuff. How do we put it down for the winter, okay? So we talked about peppers the other day. Today it's all about eggplant. I absolutely love eggplant, and my Southern Italian roots have taught me that there's so many wonderful ways to prepare it. But I want to share with you a couple of things that I do with the eggplant I get out of my garden. And again, if you don't have a garden, your farmer's market is full of this stuff this time of year, and it's quite economical. So get yourself a basket or get yourself a bushel. First of all, I want to tell you about a few varieties that we grow in our garden just to kind of familiarize you with them. This is kind of, this is similar to like a Chinese variety. It's a long skinny one. This one here I would use to make a caponata, which is your Italian version of a ratatouille. I could also do a pasta alla norma, which is a tomato sauce with eggplant and a specialty ricotta salata in it, which is absolutely beautiful. So you could do either one of those things and just simply freeze the finished product when it's done. As a matter of fact, I did that the other day and I canned it. So you can can it or you can freeze it. It's a great side dish. You'll enjoy those beautiful summer vegetables all winter long. The second variety, one of my favorites, is the Italian variety, and you can see it's much smaller. You can sometimes find these in the grocery store when they're not in season around here, so I don't know in your part of the world if you can, but they're a much smaller one. And with this one, I really like to stuff these, okay? So what I've done here is I've taken a whole bunch of them, I've removed the stem at the top, and I've just sliced them down, okay? So I've got, you can see the steam coming off the pot. I'll show you these when they're ready, but I'm blanching these in the pot, and then when they cool off, I'm gonna freeze them, and that removes one of the steps in my stuffed eggplant dish. The eggplant's all ready to go. I just thaw it, and then I just prepare my stuffing as per my recipe, and then fry them, bake them, whatever it is you do. And like I said, I'll show you those when they're ready, just to give you an idea how long we blanch those for. That's really what I do with the majority of my eggplant, because that is one of my favorite dishes. Okay, the last variety I want to show you from my garden is the Sicilian eggplant. And this is beautiful eggplant. See the nice big round, beautiful color on it, okay? That's a Sicilian eggplant. When you cut into the center of that one, it's got this beautiful milky white flesh, okay? And this is best for eggplant parmigiana. I absolutely love eggplant parmigiana. And now some people salt it, some people do not. If I'm using a dry cooking method, such as frying in an eggplant parmigiana or even grilling, I will salt it. So what I'll do is I'll heavily salt the slices, I'll put it in a colander, I'll layer it with the salt, I'll let it sit in the sink for at least 20 minutes. All that bitter liquid will come away. I'll just lightly, gently squeeze it and then prepare it as per my recipe for eggplant parmigiana. And then what I like to do this time of year, because I have lots of it, is once it's fried, I let it cool off, I drain it on paper towels as well, and then I freeze them. I freeze them in zip-top bags, all prepared with coating on them, and so then all I have to do in the wintertime is just pull them out, thaw them, layer them with my sauce and cheese, and bake them off. And that's another little trick of what I like to do with eggplant. Now, getting back to our Italian style that are now in my pot. So what you want to do is you want to cook these until they're fork tender, okay? So you can see that actually that's very fork tender. So these are now ready to remove. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to remove those. I'm going to turn off this pot real quick. And then I just want to show you, okay? So now, if you have a favorite recipe, great. If not, I've got a family recipe for stuffed eggplant in my new cookbook. And I also have a recipe from southern Italy, from Puglia to be specific, for a beautiful eggplant parmigiana. So if you're looking for a recipe, I do have some wonderful recipes that I love. Now, these are the eggplant halves that I've taken out. They're quite hot still, but you can see that they're quite soft. So once these cool off, again, I'll portion them out to a size that's appropriate for my family, and I'll put them in a zip-top bag once they're cool, and I'll just drop them in the deep freezer. And they can stay in the freezer for up to a couple of months, okay? Deep freezer is better than a fridge freezer, okay? And then I'll just thaw them, and I'll just make them as per my favorite recipe. So anyways, that's eggplant. That's what an Italian mama, or this Italian mama, does with her eggplant. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you learned some tips today. And I will be sharing the rest of the month some more beautiful September harvest tips. So I hope you'll join us again, and keep up the good work in the kitchen. Ciao for now.